Coming up in the Bahamas tonight at 11, we have a progress report on how school repairs are coming together ahead of the new academic year. Plus, what the Prime Minister makes of an international credit rating agency's not-so-rosy outlook for the Bahamas. And a man in distress found dead over in Exuma. Police now trying to determine how and why. Your late-night newscast starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. The race to get schools ready for the new academic year is entering the home stretch. Today, education officials provided an update on their progress. Our Leah Cooper has the details.
As the new school year fast approaches, the race is on to make sure classrooms are ready, repairs are complete, and students can walk through the gates without missing a beat. With the first day of school set for August 31st, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Education, Science and Technology, the Honorable Chester Cooper, led a tour of 3 schools in the capital Thursday, saying the ministry remains locked in on meeting that deadline. The first stop, R.M. High School, where students are poised to score a major win off the field. The school is set to receive a brand new gymnasium, thanks to a partnership with the Fox Foundation.
The students who are here and the ones who will come through here can have that facilities to improve their gym skills in the area of sports.
The minister welcomed the announcement, saying the partnership is still in its early stages, but the foundation has already answered the ministry's call for greater private sector support in public education.
This partnership fundamentally will look like the Ministry of Education providing the land, Fox Foundation building the gym. During my budget presentation, I called for partners for education. The harvest is plenteous, and we need the public to engage. We need alums of our public school system to get involved, and we are delighted that Mr. Fox and the Fox Foundation and Adriana Fox have stepped up to the plate.
The tour then moved to Naomi Blatch Preschool, where officials inspected progress on roof repairs along with minor air conditioning and electrical work. Despite the outstanding items, the minister says the school will be ready to welcome students when classes resume. The final stop, Government High School, where a brand new swimming pool is beginning to take shape.
We are 35% of our work right now. By next week this time, we should be 70%. The following week, we should be 90%. Week after that, doing punch lists. Right now, we tiling. We have a MDF room. We have to move all the MDF system from one room to the next room, build another room. That should be completed Saturday, because we don't want to shed on the school while, it's all them weekends. So we'll complete that on Saturday. We're doing some painting. We're hanging some doors, and so on and so forth.
Education officials say when the school bell rings, every campus will be ready to answer the call. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Leah Cooper.
Well, school readiness not the only assurance we're getting from the education minister. The same to be said about negotiations with the Bahamas Union of Teachers. The update comes a day after BUT President Belinda Wilson told the media in a voice note that the government abandoned negotiations. She also at the time urged teachers across the country to remain alert to further instructions for a possible next move. Both parties are at the table for a new industrial agreement, negotiating a salary increase, among other things.
The government continues to be at the table. We have a negotiation team led by Bernard Evans and Reverend Father James Palacios. They're talking directly with the union president and her team of negotiators. I don't make it a habit of negotiating in the press, and therefore I don't have any discussion on any of the details. We look forward to a briefing in the coming days from our negotiating team, and we are hopeful that before long we're able to put that negotiation behind us.
In other news tonight, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis isn't losing much sleep over Fitch Ratings' latest forecast. which projects a $64 million deficit. That's a sharp contrast to the $223.1 million surplus outlined in the 2026-2027 budget tabled by Finance Minister the Honourable Michael Alkitis back in May. The Prime Minister appears to be taking the numbers in stride, suggesting that while the rating agency may be looking through one lens, his administration remains focused on the bigger economic picture.
That's their prediction. We are satisfied that we'll be able to meet our target. You just look at some of the prognostication given or forecast given by these institutions and see what we've been able to achieve over the last 4 years. You'll see we've always done better than they have predicted. And we intend to do it again this time.
All senior members of the uniformed branches turning out today for a professional development seminar at the National Training Agency. The one-day initiative put on by the Ministry of National Security aims to better prepare public servants for the challenges they may face in the workplace. And this amidst renewed calls from the public for police and other members of the armed forces to be better trained in handling people in crisis while avoiding unnecessary force. Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of National Security, Cecilia Strong, was among the presenters.
You must be ready to guide the workforce and set the pace for the new initiatives that are constantly being introduced. Indeed, we now have a brand new ministry called Innovation and National Development, which depicts the future that is opening up before you.
Strong went on to issue this charge to senior leaders.
As supervisors and leaders, you will be tested daily to steer the course, be the example and guides to navigate this exciting new era of the public service. And it is new and different from when I started. It is totally different. I challenge you, therefore, to ensure that you yourselves develop a new mindset and vision for the Bahamas that is not business as usual.
And speaking of a new vision, surveillance and enforcement at the Immigration Department ramped up following a series of complaints about mistreatment and, in some instances, physical abuse. A statement from the department stresses that each complaint undergoes a thorough and impartial review with the help of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. And that's to avoid doubt where mistreatment or public or physical abuse is confirmed or allegations are false, appropriate actions are taken. Immigration officials insist they will be relentless in taking a zero-tolerance approach in sending illegal migrants home once captured. The Department of Immigration maintains policies and practices that are guided by the protection of Bahamian borders, respect of human dignity, and due process, adding that the department will continue to uphold the law while ensuring fair and objective investigation of complaints. While also making news tonight, the Ministry of Works is embarking on a number of steps intended to finally solve a long-standing problem for Pinewood residents. Cleopatra Murphy shares the details of this latest initiative.
It's a step to long-awaited relief for Pinewood Gardens residents who have for decades battled with flooding in their community. On Thursday, crews from the Ministry of Works began the Pinewood Gardens Drain Reevaluation Project, starting at the epicenter of the flood zone on Sapodilla Boulevard, blasting collected sediment from clogged drains to allow water to alleviate flooding during the rainy season. Minister of Works and Family Island Affairs, the Honourable Clay Sweeting, says it's a low-hanging fruit as government now moves to also integrate the smart drainage system to alert when drains are full and clogged. He says the lift station designed for Sapodilla Boulevard that will pump water out of the area will also make a real impact.
The contractor has advised me that the lift stations should be here on island by end of August, but you'll see some work start within the third week in August because you have to see some drainage infrastructure with piping and some trenching and all of that. So we would anticipate 12 months after that we'd have all 3 lift stations installed here in Pinewood.
Stations will also be placed along Pigeon Plum and Jones Heights as part of the $2.6 million lift station project. Assistant Engineer Mario Smith believes the worst of Pinewood's flooding occurs in the Sapodilla Boulevard area, and the stations will help to mitigate against severe flooding, while he says 5 drainage wells exist along Sapodilla and 50 to 60 in the entire Pinewood community. The lift stations will be designed with a catchment area.
That area will capture all the rainfall that accumulates within a certain zone once that takes place. The lift station then would once water reaches a certain level within that catchment, the lift station would activate and pump that water out and discharge it away from the area that is flooding to an area that can receive that rainfall.
Latindis Brown of CarbTech Digital Solutions pointed out how the company designed the FlowSense system to monitor the depth of wells and locate them. So far, 1,500 have been located, and she anticipates mapping to be completed by the end of the year.
We've already cleared a few wells throughout New Providence, not just in Pinewood, but we've been in Stapleton. We've been in a couple of areas to ensure that we bring relief from flooding to the residents of those areas.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Coming up, we're live in Cat Island as residents prepare to honor the lives of 2 young people killed last month. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
Step into a life of luxury and convenience with the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card. From earning premium cashback rewards on every dollar spent to enjoying comprehensive travel insurance, shop with confidence, knowing your purchases are protected. Our Platinum Concierge service turns your requests into reality, wherever life takes you. Let the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card be your passport to exceptional experiences. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Marco's Pizza. Marco's Pizza. Some never tasted so good. Marco's Summer Party is bringing the fun. Choose 2 large one-topping pizzas with a 2-liter soda for just $34.95. Or grab a big square deal. 1 medium, 1-topping pizzas with boneless wings for just $39.95. Enter to win weekly Baja Bay water passes and your very own Marco's Summer Party pack all summer long. Marco's Pizza. Summer never tasted so good.
Well, welcome back. Loved ones of those 5 teens killed in that devastating Shirley Street crash are starting the daunting task of saying final goodbyes. Funeral services will be held on Cat Island, where 2 of those victims called home, and where an already close-knit community is again leaning on each other through faith, strength, and understanding. Our Corval Byfram joins us from Smiths Bay, Cat Island.
Makushla, there is, of course, a bounty of beauty here on Cat Island, but all of that, of course, has been recently overshadowed by such sadness that you really feel just every part of this island. In fact, you can feel it all across the country. We are talking, of course, about that unfortunate incident that occurred on the morning of Sunday, June 28th. That is when 5 teenagers would eventually lost their lives in a fatal car crash. Well, preparations for the final goodbyes for 2 of those victims, 2 Cat Islanders, Diamond Stubbs, as well as Stania Webb. Their funerals are set to take place this coming Saturday. We are here to bring us many of the stories about these young women and their families to you. This is an island, of course, that is in deep mourning, but there's also active work being done in preparation of their final goodbyes. With me, the artist that is putting together what will be their final resting places here at Smiths Bay at the cemetery. Anderson, talk to me about, coming a bit closer to me and talk to us about what it means to be doing this.
It means a lot to the whole, I guess, the world, Bahamas and Cat Island, to be doing this. And this, man, this touched the whole island, and it has touched me. So this is my labor of love, you know, my gift to both families.
You were telling me before we got started about what it felt like to be asked by the families to do this.
Yeah, when they asked me to do it, this image came to me, and it came from my heart. So, you know.
I'll tell you, coming in today, we really, on the plane ride, and as we watched people embrace each other at the airport, it really meant a lot. You get the sense of you know, the great feeling of loss that this island is experiencing.
Yes, you do, man. It's everyone. You know, everyone we meet on a daily basis. Everyone is still talking about it, you know. We're dealing with it. We're coping with it, and we're trying our best. Everyone like to ease the pain of the families,
If there is a silver lining to any of this, Makushla, it is that these two young women will have indeed a beautiful final resting place. Reporting from Smith's Bay, Kid Island, I'm Corval Pyfrom. Back to you in studio.
Well, thanks, Corval. Meantime, Works Minister the Honourable Clay Sweeting is tonight denying the ministry's involvement in removing a memorial that family and friends erected to commemorate the lives of the 5 teenagers who died in that horrific crash along Shirley Street on June 28th. 3 females died on the scene, with a third succumbing shortly after in hospital. A male died days later. The makeshift memorial had been placed in front of the Church Street Plaza, the site of the fatal crash. Its removal left family members upset that they were not notified.
The ministry doesn't, we don't get involved in any of that. So the ministry wasn't sanctioned to move anything, especially a memorial site like that. We're not aware of anyone moving and it's private property as well. So the ministry wouldn't go and move anything off of someone's private property like that.
Meantime, a fishing trip ends tragically for an Eleuthera man and a sister hard hit by the loss of someone she says was far more of a father figure than an older brother. Cleopatra Murphy tells us more in this next report.
The sister of a man who police believe drowned Thursday morning wailed uncontrollably, having to be held up by police and family as the reality hit that she had lost another brother. Just after 1 p.m., the body of the deceased, identified as 52-year-old Mark Cartwright, was wheeled away by morticians, while McCartney and her family mourned the loss of a family man, a husband and a father of one, who had landed in the capital just 2 to 3 weeks ago to work.
He has left school at age 14 to help my mother, working as a 14-year-old teenager and refusing to go back to school just so he can help her to take care of us. So he's just been more than a big brother. His father figured for me from all my life. Trust me when I said a brother that loves his young siblings, he would do anything for us. It's nothing that we couldn't have that he wouldn't go out there and work for.
Cartwright's body was recovered from a boat on Montague Beach, where Police Communications Unit Inspector Gerard Culmer confirms he and another man left Potter's Key Dock around 7 a.m. to dive for conch, some 5 miles off New Providence. Around 10:30, Inspector Culmer says Cartwright experienced difficulty breathing as he emerged from the water.
The other male tried to make attempts to bring him on board. However, he wasn't able to do it by himself. Luckily, some passing boaters was able to assist this male. As a result, they came to the dock around 11:50, shortly before 12 noon, where they were able to contact police control room. EMS came on scene and pronounced the male deceased.
Struggling to come to grips with his death, Cartwright's sister insists the pain hits harder because her other sibling's death is still fresh.
About 2 years, going on 3, we just lost the younger brother and now him. And it's so sad that 2 of them came to Nassau to do the same thing, to work, and now they're both passed away at sea. Only thing I can say is I lost another brother, but God is the master of all things. I cannot question him. I only can understand what he's doing.
Following the incident, police are urging the public to always have a boating plan and to know CPR if you're boating, because anything can happen. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Well, so far, there have been no reported cases of Cyclospora here in country, and local officials are determined to keep it just that way. In fact, the Bahamas Agricultural Health and Food Safety Authority is said to be closely monitoring the parasite, which has reportedly affected more than 1,600 people in 34 states, while thousands of additional cases remain under investigation. The agency says the investigation continues to focus on shredded iceberg letters linked to a supplier in central Mexico. Anyone who recently traveled to the affected states and consumed the product, or who develops symptoms such as watery diarrhea, nausea, cramping, or fatigue, is advised to seek medical attention. Meantime, what led to an electronically monitored young man's death is now the focus of a full-scale investigation on Exuma. So far, here's what we know. Police say it was just after 3:30 Tuesday afternoon that they were alerted that the individual was in distress. However, initial efforts to find the man in the Baritari community were unsuccessful. Officers followed up the next day with the help of drones, the canine support services, as well as the electronic monitoring unit. They eventually found the man on the northern side of Queens Highway, Baritari, bare feet, fully clothed, unresponsive, and with visible signs of suspected blood around the ear and nose, along with minor abrasions to his hands and legs. A doctor pronounced him dead. An autopsy will determine his exact cause of death. Well, Amajal Knowles is up next with a look at what's coming up in sports. Amo?
A Bahamian baseball prospect being invited to one of America's biggest showcases. He deals with that story and more coming up in sports.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
Bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang.
1, 2, 3, what you gonna choose? Strawberry swirl, caramel too. Cookie dough bite, brownies protein. Oreo crunch, make the whole team scream. Gotta be frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Gotta be frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Swirl it, twist it, taste that wave. Gotta be frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Cinnamon toast on a cool vanilla. Chocolate base and the flavor gets bigger. Sweet on sweet, yeah, that's the fun. Better get one, better run, run, run. Gotta be frosty, gotta be Wendy's.
Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports over on the Diamond. A Bahamian baseball prospect turning heads in the States due to his recent play, in the process being invited to one of the biggest baseball showcases in the U.S. Our Swanson Gibson Jr. has that story.
Rising Bahamian baseball star Keanon Bastian has been making a name for himself over in the United States. The 17-year-old outfielder was recently selected to play in the Perfect Game All-American Classic, being one of 60 top-ranked high school baseball players in the U.S.
It's an honor and a blessing to be selected to the PGO American Game, and it's just something that you see when you're younger, all the older kids doing, and it's something you want to do, so it's a blessing. They say it's a good test to see where I line up against the best competition, but anywhere I go, I feel like I'm the best, and I don't have to show that in a cocky or, arrogant way, but I say that humbly.
Bastian currently attends the First Academy in Orlando, Florida, coming off his junior campaign. This past season, he picked up 30 hits, 7 homers, and 17 runs batted in to go with a .309 batting average. The high school standout reflected on his time at the institution.
I've been going there since 6th grade, and it's just been a great experience. I mean, I get to learn about Christian God, so I'm learning a lot while I'm playing the best competition in Florida for baseball. So it's a win-win, and it's a great opportunity for me.
This past October, Bastian committed to the University of Florida, bringing his skills to the Division I level. He discussed the factors that influenced his decision.
So they win a lot, and then just the ability to be close to home. My parents can always come and see me whenever I have a game or practice, whatever it is. I can be close to home, and it's just a great experience for me.
Bastian joining the Florida Gators baseball program in the fall of 2027. Reporting for ZNS Total Sports, I'm Swanson Gibson Jr.
Johnson still on the diamond. A Bahamian travel ball team also impressing over in the U.S. and simultaneously becoming fan favorites. Stepping up to the plate to tell that story is our Charles Fisher.
14-member team really carried the Bahamian colors well at the 8U NCS World Series in Corpus Christi, Texas. For majority of the players, it was their first time playing against international competition, and for coach Trey Sweeting.
I was happy for the experience and to take the boys. The first couple of games out of the gate weren't so hot, even though we were a really good team, but that was what the trip was for, so they could get international experiences and get over all those fears they had. Once that happened, the team took right off. They did very well. Overall, we ended up winning our bracket at the tournament, so they fared pretty well. After that second loss, we kind of went on a winning streak. Every game after that, we win.
As Sweeting indicated, the boys were the darlings of the tournament, also appearing on a local television station.
It was amazing. So we went down to the Islanders campus, Division I school out in Corpus Christi. They took us in with open arms. They were excited. I used to play Division I, so they talked to me a little bit about that as well. We're excited for the boys to come on campus. The boys loved it. They got their own lockers. They got their own jerseys and shirts. Definitely an experience you can't really pay for, so that was amazing.
It was definitely a learning experience for the players and the coach.
I had some boys from Abaco. I had some boys from downtown home in Nassau. It was amazing working with them. Like I said, game one was a little tricky. Some stuff I don't think we really understood it, but it was amazing watching these boys grow from game one to our final championship game. It was a totally different team. I love that. I love this game. I watched the boys go from not understanding too much to playing the game pretty like professionals at that age. And one thing I loved the most about the trip, when someone made a play, the rest of the team got hyped. I had a video of this one kid catching a line drive, and the right fielder was the highlight of the video. Like, he was so amazed. You couldn't tell me we didn't just win a World Series.
As a result of their showing, the NCS organizers, they have invited the Bahamas to another tournament later on this year. Great news. For ZNS Toll Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
And over at the National Beach Soccer Stadium, the BFA's beach soccer tournament underway, we caught up with an organizer and player who had this to say.
So far, it's pretty good. I think the competition is going very, very well. A lot of the national team players have came back home to compete in the tournament, and they're drastically raising the level. The new players, some of those who are not really acquainted with beach, are learning very quickly, which goes to show that they're sharing information well, and the league overall for women and men is doing very, very good.
Recently, like this year, getting into beach soccer, but this tournament, this is my first time playing in this, and I really love it. It's been going great so far.
And that's been a look at your sports on this Thursday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
So how's your preparation going? By now, you should be completing home repairs since the last storm, updating and replenishing your emergency kit, and paying closer attention to the ZNS networks for earlier than normal developments in the tropics and general storm tracking. Hurricanes don't wait. Why should you? This season, be weather smart, weather safe.
Well, it's time now for a weather check with our Diane Dorset. Good evening, Diane.
Good evening, everyone. Our satellite picture shows clouds spreading across the southeast and central Bahamas, which will spread into the northwest Bahamas tonight as a deep layered tropical wave moves westward across the island chain. Few showers and even a thunderstorm or two can be expected tonight as the wave moves westward and out of the area by Saturday. Over in the Gulf, Tropical Storm Bertha made its second landfall in Texas today and will gradually dissipate as it moves. But elsewhere in the tropics, there is no tropical cyclone development expected over the next 7 days. Now let's take a quick check on temperatures around the Family Islands. In Freeport City, it's a warm 91 degrees. In Marshall, Abaco, 88. In Allenstown, Bimini, and Bullocks Harbor, it is 86 and 87 degrees. Moving down to Fresh Creek, Central Andros, 86 degrees. 87 across the board in Kemps Bay, South Andros, Eleuthera, Arthurstown, Cat Island, San Salvador, Rumpke, and Exuma. And for our southernmost islands, it's 85 degrees in Long Island, Crooked Island, and Ragged Island. 89 in Auckland and Betty Bay. And in Matthew, Taninago, it is 85 degrees. Oh, cannot forget the Turks and Caicos Islands. It's 88 degrees. Tonight, we're expecting a low of 80 degrees, mostly cloudy and warm with a couple of showers once again as that tropical wave moves in. And then tomorrow, we're going to get periods of sunshine, a thunderstorm in the morning, followed by a brief shower or two in the afternoon. And we know it's going to be hot. Now, in your extended forecast, we'll be getting partly sunny and hot days with occasional cloudy periods tomorrow, with a few scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms as the tropical moves over westward. Skies will clear over the weekend, but cloudy skies with showers and thunderstorms will return as a frontal boundary stalls north of the Bahamas on Mondays. As you can see, we have a few strange thunderstorms. Now, temperatures will remain in the low 90s, so continue to stay hydrated and take regular breaks in the shade. And once again, remember, you want to hydrate with water. Now, that's your late night look at weather. As always, rest easy, stay cozy, and thanks for staying up with us. Have a good night, everyone.
Well, some good advice there, Diane. That does it for the Bahamas tonight at 11. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. Thank you for watching, and good night.
At Bahama Boulevard, I'm Sean Innes. This is ZNS.